My best friend got engaged, but I was in love with him.
No!
Tragedy. 28 male and 28 female. He was my best friend anyway. We'll call him Jake. We met the summer before our freshman year of high school and ended up going to homecoming together. He was my first kiss during a slow dance.
Oh.
He looked at me, said my name, and kissed me. We dated for a few months, but we were just kids.
Oh.
By the way, this comes from eGirl813 on the OKstorytime subreddit. So, we decided we'd be better off as friends, and so we spent all of high school being the best of friends. We had a group of about 8 very close friends, 6 guys and 2 girls. I know what you're thinking. No, she and I didn't have any type of relationship beyond friendship with any of them, aside from me and Jake. We'd all spend as much time as possible together at Jake's house, lying on the basement floor, talking and laughing about philosophy, dreams, space, history, sports, girls, and guys we liked and disliked, all between bites of pizza. What is this, that 70s show?
Come on.
Jake and I had a special kind of friendship and everyone knew it, but nobody, including us, knew how to describe it. We just understood each other and always looked out for each other. He was there for me when things got rough at home, and I was there for him through countless injuries and heartbreaks. He's a very clumsy, very loving goofball. We couldn't help but smile when we were together, and I never felt so at home with another person in my life.
Oh, stop it.
This is so cute.
Oh.
I always encouraged him to do what made him happy, even if it seemed crazy, and he did the same for me. Once he even packed his car full of our friends to drive to my college and make me come home for the weekend just because they felt like I'd been gone too long.
Oh, dang. Jake's a good old guy.
Jake, don't marry her.
Don't do it.
I think we both knew we had some sort of feelings for each other, but we just never acted on it. We spent all of high school and college in this weird circle where he would get a girlfriend and I'd be single, secretly wishing I could be with him. Then I'd move on and get a boyfriend and he would be single, secretly wishing he could be with me. Every time I came home from college, we'd meet at the same restaurant and catch up. And it felt like we could talk all night, but it was always hard to say goodbye. We all spent the summers together and I'd hope nothing would ever change.
All right. If this was happening to me and I felt this way about someone, I'd be like, look, I'm waiting on you.
I'm waiting on you.
You can stay with that guy.
I'll be
here waiting on you.
This went on for 10 years and then finally it happened. We were both single, 2 years out of college, and one night he was at my house and he looked at me, said my name, and kissed me. For the next few months, we spent every day together and it was like a dream. Even our friends couldn't be happier.
Aww.
But eventually he started acting different.
Oh, no.
Not mean or anything. He just treated me differently. He wasn't acting like I was the same girl he'd known the last 10 years. He would coddle me and baby me, even though he knew I wasn't that type of girl. I asked him why he would do that, and he said he thought that's what girls liked. I asked him to just treat me like me, and he did for a day or two, but then started again. It was like we couldn't be us anymore because he needed to be delicate and needy like his exes were. I'm not trying to be mean. They really just were quite needy, and he enjoyed that. We had a serious talk about it and decided we cared too much about each other to ruin our friendship. So we called it off again after less than 6 months. And I knew that was my last chance.
Dang.
Bummer.
Low key, you could have worked through that.
We still spent a lot of time together and we really went right back to how we were before. I was so upset that we couldn't figure out how to just be together, but I would rather have my best friend than an ex I never see again. Fast forward 2 years, we hadn't seen each other nearly as much, and I felt like that was for the best. I could still support and care about him, but maybe it was time for a little distance. I have a boyfriend and he has a girlfriend, and she's exactly his type. And I was happy for him, but I knew what was coming. I knew there would come a day where he would have to choose between a relationship with her and keeping me around because, let's face it, we aren't kids anymore. We're not getting any younger, and honestly, who would want their boyfriend to be friends with a girl he tried to date twice but kept around despite that? I get it. I really do. But that didn't stop it from breaking my heart. Pretty soon after they started dating, that day came. I honestly didn't realize it had happened for almost a year because, again, we hadn't seen each other that much. I only contacted him to invite them to things our friend groups did together. Every time I'd reach out, he had an excuse to miss it. And I really thought nothing of it. But one day, it clicked.
Oh no.
Since then, I've seen him maybe once a year for the last 4 years, and I've accepted that. Last week, they got engaged.
Oh.
Ouch.
Dang.
Ouchie.
They
that
gave it a
sucks.
shot.
They tried. Yeah, you guys tried twice.
Guess tried, but failed. I think there was
But
success.
failed.
There, you could have definitely succeeded.
I've been waiting for that moment for years, and I told myself that when it came, I would be nothing but happy for him, but that just wasn't true. It broke my heart, and I cried for much longer than I felt like I deserved to. Our friends are throwing him a party, and I, of course, am not invited. That sucks. I definitely won't be invited to the wedding, and well, I'm basically not invited to be a part of the rest of his life. I think it took until that moment for me to fully understand that he was gone because some little part of me selfishly hoped we'd still find a way back to each other. By the way, you can always find a way back to us by joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. BST on YouTube. Just tap her profile.
The reason they didn't work out was because he babied her so
Yeah.
much. That's it.
Yeah.
What?
The thing is that I think that they were both so worried about their friendship. They didn't want to put it in risk. Yeah. They were like,
Risk it.
oh, well, it might not work out. So let's just take a step back. Even though I moved to the city and made new friends and he got a job far away, I just hoped that all that time that somehow it would be him I'd end up with. Neither of us are the kind of people that would stir up any trouble, so I've never told him how I felt. And if he feels the same, I'm sure he won't speak up either. I know this is a long post, but that's kind of what this sub is for. Long overdue, long time coming, long stories. It feels good to at least tell some strangers that I never stopped loving him. I feel like I lost so much more than a best friend. He's truly the one that got away. My life feels like the unsatisfying ending of a 90s rom-com.
Ooh.
And that is the freaking end.
Damn.
I'm unsatisfied.
Me too.
Man, that
Go
was sad.
after it.
Go after, I mean, like,
come on.
yeah, I think steps, break up with boyfriend.
Yeah.
Go after your ex, say, hey, I like, not at the wedding. Don't do it at the wedding. Do it now. Well, break up with your ex and then go and be like, hey, I know you're about to get married, but I need to tell you that I'm still in love with you. And then you just leave.
Yeah.
You know, you say, hi, I just wanted to like be frank with you. I am still in love with you. And, you know, if you don't feel that way, totally fine. I understand, but I just needed to get it off my chest and then leave. That's the end of that story and the end of this episode.
Yep.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.